You have a voice in the Louisiana legislature. You have a voice in the halls of Congress.
For 26 years, James Graugnard Sr. worked tirelessly to transform the Louisiana Farm Bureau Federation into an organization that is now a leader in agriculture advocacy. It is a role he believed was a natural fit.
And you have a voice in the special projects that Farm Bureau operates.
Mr. Graugnard spent all of that time doing everything he could to advance the cause of agriculture, to advance the cause of farmers, and to advance the cause of the Louisiana Farm Bureau. And in his opinion, this organization was the chief and best spokesman for agriculture in the state.
Glad to be here in Louisiana. Jimmy, what have you got to offer?
Well, Mr. Schuman, we're mighty happy in Louisiana to have you and Mr. Randolph here to meet with us.
Graugnard realized that in order for Farm Bureau to become the voice of agriculture, its membership would have to grow. In order to retain members and encourage others to join, he came up with programs that would provide incentives such as a health insurance plan and discounts on farming equipment. The organization experienced phenomenal growth.
When I came to work, which was 10 years, almost 10 years after he had become president, the membership was about 30,000 members. Before he left it, we celebrated our 100,000th member. And so he really did have a tremendous effect on the growth of the organization.
And this bill will save the farmers millions of dollars. And the governor signed the bill during our convention. And this victory is an example of what farmers can do for themselves through Farm Bureau.
Now this, to the sugar farmers in Louisiana, will mean approximately $25 million of additional income that will come to them by the passage of this act.
One of the chief responsibilities as Farm Bureau president is to be engaged in the legislative process on a state and national level.
Armed with the facts, researched by the
It was a duty Graugnard took seriously. Even though he was still actively involved in his own farming operation, he recognized his presence would at times be needed to advance issues related to agriculture, and he would be there on a moment's notice.
Whenever the session was on, we wouldn't see him until the session was off. So, you know, whether it was Farm Bureau or LSU or anyone that had something important, you know, he was there.
Passing the House passing the sales tax exemption bill on farm equipment. This will mean a lot to the farmers of Louisiana who find themselves in certainly a tight situation.
And I would call him and literally get him off the seat of a tractor to come rushing to Baton Rouge to appear at the committee, not just because he had something to say, but because the House Ag or Senate Ag Committee expected the president of the Farm Bureau to be there.
He was really good at getting people's opinions, and then once he got their opinions, he could go over there and help put something together to say, look, this is good for everyone.
So this is a real victory for the farmers of Louisiana, and we really appreciate all the representatives who voted with the farmers on this bill.
To engineer the success of an organization as large as Farm Bureau, a team of extraordinary individuals must be assembled. Graugnard had a knack for hiring talented people and helping them fulfill their potential.
I noticed the way he built, could build a company.
I would have to single out Henry Bernard, who was responsible for legislative activities for Louisiana Farm Bureau.
He went out and looked for the best people that would fit, you know, a job, and then let them do their job.
We are as active in Washington as we are in Baton Rouge. The administration has turned down many of our requests. The President, Carter, needs to listen more to farmers through their organizations and less to the bureaucrats.
We have contacted our congressional delegation and asked them to support and vote for President Nixon's emergency legislation dealing with dock strikes.
As somebody told me one time, he could talk to the President of the United States in the morning, and he could talk to a field hand that afternoon, and both people would, you know, respect him.
James Graugnard laid the foundation for the success Farm Bureau enjoys today. He dedicated his life to farming and to improving an organization with a mission for the betterment of Louisiana agriculture.
He gave it his all. He really enjoyed the people that he worked with at the Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau was way up there when it came for, the way he looked at things.
He really enjoyed representing the farmers and ranchers. He really enjoyed being their spokesman, and he felt that nobody told the farmer's story better than the farmer himself.
Because our main reason for being an organization and our main purpose is to try to get a high net income in sound dollars for our farmers in Louisiana.